thanks so much, to Gallery. See you next time in the pitch. Thank you so much.
If you're in the Philippines, come out, come support the league, support your local players, come support the foreigners.
Thank you for support Manila Tigers, and next time ulit, kung merong oras, punta kayo sa stadium. Thank you.
Thank you sa mga Mendiola, yung mga nanonood dyan, mga supporters, sa mga nanonood din sa YouTube.
Yeah, let them keep coming and supporting. We will make them proud.
Oh, thanks everyone and Wanta Gig fans and other things for coming and watching.
Sa lahat ng Kaya football fans, sana tuloy pa rin kayong sumuporta sa amin. Hindi lang sa Kaya fans, sana sa Philippine Football League dito, sana supportahan niyo po.
Tara, Cebu! It's amazing here. We have to keep coming, keep supporting every club, every supporter. We have to go together.
To all my Mahalika family, thank you for the continuous support, everyone.
To the fans, I think this result is just for them. I think they are coming up to support us. I think we are giving all the best that we can so that they can come a little bit more.
Thank you all for coming. Hope to see you next game. Thank you.
We cannot go without the fans. We will always be there for them, to make them happy, to score, to win game week in, week out, so that they will be happy watching us and coming to the stadium. We want them to come out and support.
Hello, thank you for supporting Mendiola. Sana hindi kayo magsawa magsuporta sa amin. We train hard to get the last games.
All I can say to thank them for the support, the courage that they have been giving us, because they really believe in us, and we also have everything possible to give it back to them for what they deserve, and that is what we are trying to do. We always keep on fighting for them and give them the glory that they always want for us to give them.
More midweek match days here into 2025 to 2026 Philippine Football League season. This first match of today, out of two matches, will be Tuloy FC up against Valenzuela PB Mendiola, kicking off specifically at 4 p.m.
Tuloy FC and Mendiola. Take a look again at the starting 11 for Tuloy FC. As for Mendiola, it will be a test of their new signings. Let's see, now that the window is closed, with the new players that
Tuloy FC with the game's first possession, you'd expect that for the majority of this game, Tuloy will be the team to dictate possession and quite some time, and ball is still in play. Embida, Mendiola have numbers here. Reggie Sulit, Azad Noran, through to Johan Embida, and it's 1-0 to Valenzuela PB Mendiola. For only the second time this season, they lead a football match, and they take advantage of Tuloy being down one man. But that was a great finish from Embida.
against the run of play, Mendiola making the most of that opportunity. He had the numbers up on top, no one closing down the ball carrier. Mendiola quickly able to close down the players when they're around that attacking. He had time and space, brought it to his left foot, takes a shot, and Antilio gets two hands on it.
You're not the tallest goalkeeper, but he's making up for it in other ways, like he did there and like he did earlier on with that save from the long-range effort. Very healthy goalkeeping rotation that Tuloy have with Tambilawan and Antilio. Great work by Halike. Cyril Saud once again. Cyril Saud takes the shot, and this time he is clinical. And he makes himself the outright top scorer of Tuloy FC. Right before the 70th minute mark. 1-1. Otagyan finally beaten by the team that has been plaguing him for this entire match. And all of a sudden, we're back to where we started.
1-1 between Tuloy and Mendiola. That ball came all the way from the goalkeeper to the defender, finding Halike. Halike, that was a perfect pass to Saud.
Last play in this game, referee has the whistle in his mouth. He's gonna call full time between Tuloy FC and Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Players dropping to the ground, exhausted, because it was a game that was end-to-end, back and forth. Valenzuela PB Mendiola taking the lead in the first half through Johan Embida, the 38th minute. For Tuloy answered back in the second half with Cyril Sal to make it 1-1.
Good afternoon and welcome to the return of the Philippines Football League 2025-26 season. Break is over and we are back with an exciting triple header on this Saturday. Starting off with a battle between Valenzuela PB Mendiola taking on Tuloy FC. And we will receive confirmation on whether or not they will still be a part of Valenzuela PB Mendiola moving forward. But it's a deep one. Goes over the crowd, ball still in play. Second entry, Razonable goes for it. That's a poor pass, and that's gonna lead to a counter-attack here. That one goes across goal.
So they'll be hoping that the start of 2026 brings something different.
Ball allowed to run, and that's a dangerous mistake. Fayol now. Oh, goodness me. What a chance for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. A golden opportunity. Lined up here. Eldwin Escosora. That's Antilo off his line. Looking for the run of Fayol. It's just a bit too strong. Antilo out there to connect.
This season he's been playing a lot of games in midfield.
We're getting bodies forward. Oof, that one's gonna go over.
A little bit of rust. And there it is again, another giveaway in a dangerous area.
Real opportunity, and that is wide from Fayol. Great save from Antilo Jr. And he is beside himself right now. Oof, that's given away. Nunez spots Lupango. Opportunity to pull the trigger here. Lupango goes for it and forces a stop.
Is Halike the most? Because at the moment, they're looking for any sort of penetration into the final third, and Halike definitely would have given that.
Long range effort. Ooh, fantastic shot. He's gonna go for it. Forcing another top save from Zambrano. Sulit plays it through Fayol. Switches it to the opposite side. It's well worked. Jola trying to go direct to Fayol. Difficult one to control. Oof. Through the lines. It's a great opportunity for Tuloy. It's tucked away. Beautifully worked. And into the back of the net. John Sahor opens the scoring for Tuloy.
Well, that was a really good team goal. From back to front, through the midfield, through the lines. And it's a really good finish from Sahor. And I was just saying it would be a really good time to score. And Tuloy have done just that. And that's going to completely flatten their opponents into the halftime. Valenzuela PB Mendiola even further because of the chances that they had and missed. And they might go behind again.
Oof. Been on top and in control of this contest. The opening 10-15 minutes. Now they are behind. It's a Tuloy side that is picking up momentum. Another opportunity perhaps here. Chance for Lupango, and it is a second. Another incredible team goal from Tuloy FC.
Well, when the added minutes were put up, 4 minutes, I wouldn't have imagined that there would have been 2 goals to come in those 4 minutes. But again, it's a similar scenario, a cutback across the whole half, or across the whole back line. And it's the undoing of Mendiola. It's a scoreline that I don't want to say it doesn't reflect the game, but it's a scoreline that could have been so different had things gone differently for Mendiola because they had the chances before Tuloy did. A lot of misplaced.
Don't look at the past, no, we're not going that way. Oh, I'll make it last. I can last to the break of day. No matter what people say, live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted, triple shot for the pain. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can get it.
Huge pass from the goalkeeper, putting himself under pressure. It's the opener.
Halike, will he take it? What a goal! Halike!
And it's a goal. Bottom left corner. Opportunity for Philippine Army, and it is an equalizer. Fantastic goal.
Free on the right side, looking for the cross.
Oh, and it's a goal for Want the Gig.
Yoka
Takes it straight to the goal. First blood drawn.
and could easily be pulled back. But here's Aristorenas, no offside. Aristorenas makes it two.
We're back, needs that one from Malumsoko. Shoots, and they double the lead.
It's to make it back. And he
Yamaguchi! What a hit!
As there's an attacking chance, and the Aguilas slip it in.
The classification round is coming to a close, and we have a great battle in our hands. We have Valenzuela PB Mendiola taking on Tuloy FC in the final day of the classification round here at the 2025-26 Philippines Football League. This is Jamer de la Cruz on call alongside my partner, my great friend, Glenn Casas. We are here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium, and what a day to cap off the classification rounds, Glenn. Two teams that are battling it out and hoping to showcase some great talents on the field.
And we are really loving this final round of the PFL because so far, no one has actually been able to stick to the actual expectations we've got. Everybody has been stepping up. Everybody has been catching. And right now, we could be looking at another game where if we look at it from the first and second round, we might be mistaken as to what the outcome would be this afternoon.
Well, the classification round has brought out the best among the teams in the 7th to 11th place as we look into the standings in the classification group. We have Tuloy FC already finishing in 9th place because regardless if Valenzuela PB Mendiola wins against them here today, they will finish as 9th and Valenzuela PB will finish as number 10, but it's still going to be close. We talked about how these two teams have been different in their first round and second round matches, but it is going to be interesting because a lot of teams have stepped up, especially in the classification round, as we have a great look into their previous meeting. The second round meeting ended as a 1-1 stalemate between these two sides. Johan Embida opened up the scoring for Mendiola out there, and then Cyril Saud, one of the standout players for Coach Taka, has stepped up and equalized in that game. What do you make up of the 1-1 draw between Tuloy and Valenzuela PB Mendiola in the second round?
It's a sign of improvement, sign of things getting better. And, you know, to think about it, both of these teams have only met each other 3 times. And in those 3 occasions, the latest one was the draw. 1 win for Mendiola, 1 win for Tuloy. So right now, it's really a good expectation to think that this is not going to be an easy task for either team to get past the other.
Yep, it's actually going to be a settling of the score here today because Tuloy won the first round meeting 3-0 and then they draw in the second round meeting 1-1. So if Valenzuela PB Mendiola wins it, they might actually settle the score despite having that 1-1 draw between them. But if they win convincingly today against Tuloy FC, then that would really be a statement win for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. But on the other side, we're talking about Tuloy FC. They've been consistent. Of all the teams in the Philippines Football League, we've talked about consistency, and they actually have been the most consistent team. Why? Because we know how consistent they are in terms of playing at the back, building their play from the back and moving forward. So it's something that we're going to be looking into with this game. But first off, with Valenzuela PB Mendiola, like what we said, the third round has been very special for them.
Yeah.
They have a 1-1-1 record in this classification round. They lost 2-3 against Maharlika. They drew 3-3 against Don Bosco, and then they won 2-1 over Philippine Army in the classification. what do you think would be the ingredients for the victory for Valenzuela PB Mendiola in this game?
Well, the screen says it all. Midfield control is the name of the game. Right now, like what you've said, Tuloy is very consistent when it comes to their principle, their passing game, their rhythm, and they always course it through the middle. It's important. And if somehow Mendiola is able to take control of the passing lanes in the middle, force the ball into the wings where the space is really small and the error, the margin for error is greater for them in those avenues, then there could be a chance they could be able to put that ball into the important person, which would be right now Mbida in front.
Well, that will be very important to talk about later when we see how Tuloy FC will build up their starting 11. But looking into Valenzuela PB Mendiola, you have Kayvon Motagian starting on goal. You have Reggie Sulit in defense. You have Victor Felicia. You also have Jay Sean Soberano. But one of the players that we're really looking into for Valenzuela PB Mendiola is player number 99, Johan Mbida. He scored in the last fixture that they had against Tuloy FC, and you'll be expecting him up front. What are you looking at in terms of Johan Mbida up front?
Here's the key here. The key thing here: if ever that Mendiola manages to take control of that midfield, they need to have an outlet. Hindi sila mahilig sa long passing. Hindi sila mahilig sa short passes where they would find that avenue. What they're going to most likely do is find a target man up front, and that would be Johan Mbida. But that's the thing. Getting the ball to Mbida is one thing, but for Mbida to either take it on himself, which is a very difficult task, or to hold the ball up just enough to get people behind him. And that is really something that we're hoping to see here.
Well, if we're talking about Johan Mbida and their attack up front for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, you gotta love how Tuloy FC is coming into this game. Tuloy FC also holding a 1-1-1 record in the classification round. They won 5-1 against Philippine Army to open up the third round of the Philippines Football League. They lost 4-2 against Don Bosco Garelli United, but this is the most important thing in the classification round. They held Maharlika FC into a 1-1 draw. Now, Maharlika is a team that is quite composed, have quite a few names as well to boast about. But if you look into the side of Tuloy FC, the keys to win for this game is sticking to their guns. They know how to compose themselves at the back. They have a great midfield block themselves.
Correct.
So if they play the midfield really well and control the ball from midfield, not compared to what Valenzuela PB Mendiola has to do in this game, if they complete their their attack from midfield, it's going to be a threat up front because you have John Lloyd Halike, who's been on a tear as well for Tuloy FC. You want to see him get more scoring chance. You want to see him up front. As you look into the starting lineups for Tuloy FC, you have Cyron South playing in the wings. You have John Lloyd Halike up front, but the man that we want to see more, Noti Nunez. Yes. He's playing more of a 10 or playing more of a central midfield for Tuloy, but you pointed out to me earlier how he plays the number 10 role.
Well, he's actually a different kind of breed for a number 10 because not only do you see him up front getting involved in the attack, but he also that's similar to, hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin the Claude Makaleli style because Makaleli is strictly in the defense. But he tracks back. He tracks back. He does his defensive duties. And I think that's going to be a key battle right here because it would start from Nunez. You see, the ball, once he does get a hold of that ball, he would be able to distribute it, either putting it ahead or putting it to the side. So being able to put a stop to getting the supply to Nunez would be critical for the other side. But if Nunez is able to work around it, then that could mean that they are going to stick with their guns really well.
Well, all eyes on Harry James Nunez in that number 10 role for Tuloy FC. We've had a look in terms of the starting lineups for both sides. Interestingly, they're playing the same formation with Nunez playing at the number 10. It is going to be important for Tuloy FC because they're playing a 4-5-1, which is similar as well to Valenzuela PB Mendiola's 4-5-1 formation. So, again, all eyes on Harry James Nunez in this game, how he's going to control midfield and how he's going to spread the ball up front for Tuloy FC. We've talked about the two players to watch out for these teams. We've talked about how they're coming up here. 4-5-1 formation for both sides. We've already discussed what they are going to do in this game. One last thing that we're going to talk about is it's a matter of finishing strong in the season. Both of them have 1 win, 1 draw, and 1 loss on their side. Both of them wants to get that win. Nobody wants that 1 point because it's the end of the season.
True. And, you know, it also sets the tone as to, it's like a culmination of everything that's happened throughout the season. Finish on a strong note, that's kind of like cliche, but at the same time, it does set you up for what happens after the season. Because remember, tuloy-tuloy lang ang football dito sa Pilipinas, and we are really hoping that when the next season of the PFL comes by, both of these teams would carry on whatever momentum they have and get better.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost set for the kickoff between Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, and Tuloy FC, a precursor for what could be a very special day in the classification round of the Philippines Football League. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax as we head into the pitch for the pre-match ceremonies between Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, and Tuloy FC.
Let us welcome the teams of Valenzuela, PB Mendiola Football Club and Tuloy Football Club.
One last time for Valenzuela, PB Mendiola FC, and Tuloy FC in the Philippines Football League 2025-26 season. We have the starting lineups once again for Valenzuela, PB Mendiola. We have Kayvon Motagian, the team captain and the goalkeeper for them. Reggie Sulit in the midfield alongside Julian Perilla and Victor Felicia, as well as Nico Arañas. You have Divine as well as the forward, but is going to be playing in midfield. Jay-Sean Soberano is the vice captain for today. You have Youngmin Park, Donatos Obi, Jaeong Song, and Yohan Embida to build up the starting 11 for Mendiola. As you have a great look at our match officials for this afternoon, you have Paul Galicia, who will be assisted by Hamid Pasion and Ismael Pasion. Our fourth official is Aldous Mirafuentes, and our match commissioner, the ever-trusted Jeremy Mark Pagila. Tuloy FC has brought out the crowd here in the final day of the classification round. As we look into the starting lineups for Tuloy FC, you have Michael Antilio on goal for them, John Rocky Grizola, and Cyron Sao in the center back. You have John Razel Aguila and Denmark Urakoy, as well as Gian Capistrano, John Lloyd Halike up front, You have the wings of Cyril Saud. You have the midfield of Harry James Nunez, Justin Lupango, and John Henson Diaz. Plenty of substitutes as well for Tuloy FC, and a lot of fans of Tuloy FC is looking into that number 58, Ken Talam, the coach of the youth side of Tuloy FC. Glenn, this is the final day of the classification rounds. How excited are you for the two matches that we have for this afternoon?
Well, this is certainly going to be one of those where you can leave everything on the pitch. This is that game that you're going to have to put everything on the line. Alam mo nang wala ka nang kailangang itira sa reserba mo, you can go all out this afternoon. And we hope that that brings us to such beautiful football.
Tuloy FC wearing their traditional blue kits. Valenzuela PB Mendiola in all white. We are set for the action this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the kickoff in the first of the two final classification round fixtures in the Philippines Football League. Tuloy FC playing from right to left, and Valenzuela PB Mendiola starting off from left to right, as Valenzuela PB Mendiola looking to build up from midfield and like what Glenn mentioned at the top of the broadcast, control the midfield, because these two sides are starting out with a 4-5-1 formation. So midfield is the game for these two sides.
But you have to take note, although magkapareho ang formation na ginagamit nila this afternoon, there will certainly be a contrast of styles. One, on the other hand, that Mendiola wants to use the extra people to be able to put a blockade in that middle portion and be also able to put people behind doon sa wings, kung saan pag bumuwas yan for Tuloy, they would still have enough manpower to counteract and maybe just take the ball back in critical spaces. Tuloy, on the other hand, wants to overload people.
They're now moving forward as well, but great defense from Reggie Sulit to clear the ball out. That's the contrast of style when it comes to Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, and Tuloy. You've seen Tuloy in defense. They're playing a low block. That four back line for them is becoming a five-man back line whenever they are on defense, because you have Yohan Embida to worry about, and you also have Youngmin Park to threaten up front for them. Arañas right now to start the play for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Jay Sean Soberano, who has had quite a season. He's been the main the main guy for them, the team captain for their side, and for once in the 2025-26 season has played in between the sticks as a goalkeeper in their game against Wantagig FC, where they hold one of the current league leaders in terms of the championship round into a 1-0 scoreline. Today they're looking to cap off this season on a high note, as Reggie Sulit is trying to figure out the attack, and Grizola taking that away. Cyril Saud, he's expected to play in the wings, but dropping back quite deep inside their own box. The lone striker out there, John Lloyd Halique, is just lurking between the defenders. Cyril Saud, team captain.
Change of armbands today.
Interestingly enough for Tuloy, they move forward. John Lloyd Halique receives the ball, but the offside flag is up for him.
And again, looks like they are starting to find some chokehold here happening in the middle. They're not able to find an avenue to put the ball through in the middle. And I think that's because Mendiola is able to put a pause on where they want to put the ball in the middle.
Mendiola now moving forward themselves. Victor Felicia to Youngmin Park. Good turn. Youngmin Park has been pressured by three players there. Lupango taking the ball away. John Lloyd Halique will have some time with it. Ball's going to go out for a throw-in. Quite interestingly enough, Glenn, when we were on the pitch earlier on, we had a talk with the assistant coach of Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, Medi Soltani. It was quite interesting. The respect is there because he knows how Tuloy FC has been consistent in terms of building up the play in the midfield. So that's one thing that he's going to be worried about. Now Divine will take it back to Jay Sean Soberano. That's the respect of Coach Medi Soltani on the side of Tuloy FC. They know that these young kids know how to control the ball, know how to build up the play. So that's what they're concerned about. But right now, Johan Embida on the right side, rather that was Donatus Obi, is being pressured and hounded by the defense. So that goes out. Reggie Sulit with a throw.
Tuloy making use of the 5-man defense to be able to cut it off wide.
Sulit cuts it back in. But Embida thought about the shot. Now Divine to the right side for Perilla. Chance here. Good sliding effort from Grizola. That was quite dangerous, but well-calculated tackle as well from Grizola as Tuloy FC looking to move forward now on the left side with Cyril Saud. Halike is back against Park. And the foul is called against Valenzuela, PB Mendiola.
And you really are seeing here that they are trying to focus the play on the wings right now. I think they have found some success in getting it, but especially on this left side, trying to get it to Halike.
Well, you have Cyril Saud on the left side, is a very flashy and a pacey winger for Tuloy FC. So expect that he's going to receive most of the chances here as Tuloy FC goes down the middle with Halike. Great pass to the right side. Chances is opening up. To the middle they go. Too strong of a touch from Chasten Lupango. But you could feel that Tuloy is having most of the chances here in the opening salvo of the first half.
And the build-up play is certainly there. The pass was perfectionist in a way that they're able to find the people that they need to. It's just the final pass itself. Lupango was caught not facing the goal. He could have just taken it first time, but no, unfortunate for that pass.
So we go back with Valenzuela, PB Mendiola. Perilla keeps it in play and plays it to Divine. Youngmin Park, who is listed as a forward for them, but he's actually playing more of a box-to-box player right now. He's on that 4-man back line for Mendiola, so it's interesting how he's going to play this out. Jae Hong Song in the midfield as well. So 2 forwards for Coach Jake Koaikong and Valenzuela PB Mendiola playing quite a different role for his side. Cyril Saud with the interception for Tuloy. They are trying to move forward. Lupango's already lurking up front. Coach Take Suzuki, one of the most disciplined coaches in the Philippines Football League, if we may say. He's playing mainly developmental players out here with Tuloy, and that has been the identity of Tuloy FC in the entire 2025-26 season. As you have, that was John Lloyd Halike on the clear, but just couldn't get that on target.
Another favorite target man for Tuloy, JL Halike there, just making that run nicely done. And the pass, they found him beautifully right on that spot. Let's have a look at that pass right there. Long distance and telegraphed from Grizola. But the touch, it could have been if it only had the right contact.
If he angled himself going to the right, that could have been a goal-scoring opportunity for them. And I don't think Kayvan Motagian can go down as quickly as possible for that one. They will wait for that chance to come back. 8 minutes into this game, and Tuloy FC has had 2 or 3 chances on goal already. Meanwhile, you have Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, really composed, not threatened that much. They're just controlling the game in midfield and trying to compose themselves.
Well, now it's the time for Mendiola to really rack up on the confidence that they have, because this is where it normally starts for them when they start seeing a lot of the cracks in their defense. And I think Coach Mady said something earlier. It's about discipline. And that's something that not everybody can execute as a team perfectly.
You can see Tuloy, one of the teams that are executing that, as per Coach Mehdi Sultani as well. He pointed out how disciplined they are regardless if they're down 2-0, 3-0. They stay composed. They stay in the same shape that they are in. And that's what you could see with the young boys wearing blue right now. Soberano on the right side, looking for the gap. Song to Perilla. Good dribble from Perilla. Couldn't get the cross in. Perilla now with the cross. And it's going to be cleared out by Cyron South. Soberano brings it back in. Good clearance once again from Tuloy. Cyril South freed up on the left side. Composure is the name of the game for Tuloy. After getting the ball back from Valenzuela PB Mendiola, they have stringed 2 or 3 passes in the back line, and now they are moving forward. Playing quite a possession game here. If you want to see a style of tiki-taka in the under-23s or the under-21s, Tuloy FC is showing that right here.
And that's where you would see the value of positioning there.
Alique thought he was offside, but I believe it's quite marginal for him. Great threaded pass from John Razel Aguila. Just couldn't find the target. Reggie Sulit now on the counter for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Great defense once again by Tuloy. Gian Capistrano preventing that ball to go to the side of Donatus Obi.
Now, somewhat, Mendiola has been focusing on the ground ball a lot, and they really want to hang on to possession more and gradually put people forward so that they have the numbers to perhaps do some damage. But at the same time, Tuloy's discipline is able to really cut them off at critical areas. It makes it difficult for Mendiola to even put the ball inside the box right now.
Jay Sean Soberano sending a long ball forward, making it difficult for Valenzuela PB Mendiola is the shape of Tuloy. If you look into how Tuloy is defending right now, Glenn, there are like 2 or 3 people marking one player. You have 3 people marking Mbida in the middle. Then if they pivot onto the right side, there are 2 or 3 more players that are going to come out and slide to wait for that ball. So that's how Tuloy is playing right now, and it's playing to their advantage. They win the ball once again. Alique drops back. Noti Nunez now with the ball, looking to get creative and find the gaps. Noti with the pass to the right side. Reggie Sulit giving the chase. Still with Tuloy, an opportunity, pass in the middle. Divine with a great clearance. See, this is the composure that you see with Valenzuela PB Mendiola as well.
Yes, and at the same time, the reaction of the defender to just get ahead, because that was a really dangerous run from Tuloy and could have done some damage there if they were allowing that kind of shot to go away.
Tuloy with possession right now, 12 minutes into the first half. Cyril South on the left side. Now they go back to Nunez. Aguila onto the right side for Oracoy. Almost everybody in their side getting a touch of the ball. Alique couldn't get that ball. Now on the counter-attack is Johan Mbida for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Onto the left side he goes for Nico Arañas, who keeps it in play, brings it back down for Obi, but couldn't get that through pass for Arañas.
And that's what they were expecting to happen there. That's what Mendiola wants to do, get the ball to Mbida while the rest of the numbers of Tuloy is still focused on the back, on the attacking sections. Almost caught them there.
Tuloy FC with possession. John Lloyd Alique, or rather that was Justin Lupango, who came close to scoring in the early goings of the first half. Noti brings it back. And again, composure right now is the key for Tuloy as they're keeping the possession on their side and making Valenzuela PB Mendiola chase them. Aguila to the left side for Grizola. Back they go to Aguila. You don't see Halike committing so much up front as a forward or as a center forward for them. He's just waiting here, playing more of a false nine, if we may say, for Tuloy. Counter-attack for Valenzuela, PB Mendiola on the left side with Obi. To the middle they go for Divine. Good pass. Divine thought about it. Back heel pass. A shot. Oh, what a save from Antilio. Jeong Song thought he had the clear. Or rather, that was Nico Arañas. But Antilio rises up to the occasion. Cat-like reflexes there.
And it's really critical for you to be able to trust the man between the sticks. And Antilio has been that kind of goalkeeper, even in the games prior, especially the critical ones. He has been really quick off his line, really quick to the jump. And we are seeing him doing the same right now.
Antilio showing us how he's improved into the season. High-flying goalkeeper there, saving it almost atop of the corner effort from Nico Arañas. Onto the left side they go with John Grizola, sending a long ball forward. Incisive pass headed away by Reggie Sulit. Jason Soberano will try to keep it in play. Cyril Sao takes it back. Tuloy FC, a chance in the middle. A strike! Too strong of a strike. But it was well placed for Halike. Or rather, that was...
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that was Halike. And we'll go into our first cooling break, Glenn.
Wow, that was a beautiful shot there. That was a beautiful attempt there. And Halike had a lot of the opportunity to really just take his time and take a swipe at that ball. But then again, he had less than a split second to just make a decision.
Well-placed pass. You could argue that Halike could have had one more touch there. This is the replay of the attempt from Halike earlier, and that has been the first time that I've seen an incisive cross. Then Tuloy having most of the chances here in the first half. Divine was alert to the possibility on the other side. Divine, this one, keeping it for Arañas, and a great save from Antilio.
Beautifully done. Antilio there, really ready. And this one here was that play. Saot was able to get that ball back from Soberano, and once he's found Halike just waiting for that pass, nicely placed, but then again, the contact was just unfortunate.
Again, you could argue that Halike could have taken one more touch because the ball's bouncing, so he could have taken one more touch, put it on his stronger foot. We actually don't know which is his stronger
That's
foot.
That's the difficult part here, because you would think, or it's best to always assume that there's always somebody marking you or someone close to you, so you have to make that split-second decision. And I think Halike was not aware that ang layo nung pinakamalapit na defender sa kanya. And he could have really taken that touch.
So 16 minutes have gone by in the first half. Tuloy FC had plenty of chances in front of goal. Valenzuela, PB Mendiola taking their dear time, keeping themselves composed. They're not being rattled by the chances that Tuloy FC has had in the early goings. And they will have another one right here as Justin Lupango takes the ball away, being hounded by two players in white. And Divine finally gets it away from Tuloy. Nico Arañas couldn't send that ball forward as Aguila is there to cover. Chance here again, Lupango against Divine. Divine goes down, play continues, and it goes out for a throw.
I think they've made some adjustments here, because earlier at the start of the game, it was Lupango who was taking that frontman position there, who JL Halike has now slotted into, and beautifully doing so as well, because he's one of those who really is gigil na gigil. Dadating na yung pass sa kanya, and he is not going to hesitate in pulling that trigger.
You could feel that their 4-5-1 formation has quickly transitioned into a 4-3-3 when they go into the attack. Meanwhile, Johan Embida on the other side. Player goes down for Tuloy. They played quick through the free kick. So this is what we're talking about Tuloy right now. They have a 4-5-1 formation when they're off the ball. When they are on the ball, you could see that they are on a 5-2-3 formation or a 4-3-3 formation themselves.
4-3-3.
And now a chance.
Oh, he's off!
Going around! Opening goal for Tuloy FC. John Lloyd Halike taking it all the way around. Montagian, to the delight of the fans of Tuloy FC, and they have first blood.
And beautifully done as well. They have been waiting for that kind of passes. And JL Alike was ready for that challenge. The moment he received that ball, let's have a look at that again. Alike he smelled blood. That was a poor contact from the 666 Youngmin Park. And after that poor contact from him, he had to pounce in that ball, get his way away from the hands of the keeper. Beautifully done. Nothing Kevin Montagian can do about that.
Great look at the quad vision replay of how Alike made Valenzuela PB Mendiola pay for that mistake. Kevin Montagian was quite late to go down. And John Lloyd Alike scores the opening goal in this final game of the classification round. 1-0 for Tuloy. They have the opportunity again on the wings. Alike. Oh! And now Montagian gets the save.
And that was, I think, that could have been on target as well. Just the power, kasi nabitin ng contact si JL Alike with that shot right there.
The killer instincts of Tuloy FC. After scoring 1-0, you'd expect their sit back in defense, but no. They move forward, get the ball back, play it in the wings, and try to score another goal. Unfortunately, that time, not too much power on the strike of JL Alike. Valenzuela PB Mendiola with their backs against the wall.
And the pressure coming from the team in blue right now. They are not pressing as high as you'd like, but at the same time, they're really just waiting for Mendiola to make those unnecessary and uncharacteristic mistakes.
Youngmin Park with the mistake that led to the goal there. Can he redeem himself and help Valenzuela PB Mendiola get their equalizer? He's on the ball right now. Finds Soberano. Trying to operate on the right side with the number 88. The ball goes out. Or the number 80 rather, that was Jaeong Song. Youngmin Park takes it back to Montagian. It was quite uncharacteristic as well from Montagian. Most of the time he's alert, but Alike took that extra touch that we asked from him a couple of plays earlier and rounded off against the goalkeeper.
This time being a bit more patient on that ball. He knows he has plenty of time, plenty of space, especially because nalagpasan na niya si Youngmin. So he already knows that he just needs to take his time with that.
Tuloy FC, we just couldn't get a touch, and it goes back to Youngmin Park. Now, Valenzuela PB Mendiola employing quite a suffocating pressure on the side of Tuloy. Almost everybody, aside from Montagian, wearing white, are now on the side of Tuloy FC. Divine. Onto the left side they go with Obi. Reggie Sulit was asking for it. They go to the middle for Johan Mbida. Brings it down. A chance. Jaeong Song take a strike. Delia with a great save once again.
Beautifully done there. Song was on his way. You could see the trajectory of that ball. And Until had to really just make a leap for that. That was a difficult angle to save.
Until you actually thought about diving. If you look into this one, here's the cross. And then Jaeong Song with the strike. Until you took a couple of seconds to think about diving, but he was able to get that ball away from that goal line.
And again, the ball, the entirety of the ball has to get over that line for it to count. So definitely an inch away from scoring.
Valenzuela PB Mendiola with a chance again themselves. 23 minutes into this action. Tuloy FC scoring in the 19th minute. Divine goes to Arañas. They are trying to operate on the left wing with Donatus Obi. Obi with the cross. Too strong for Mbida to get. Arañas with the cross to the other side for Perilla. Perilla dancing. South is there to cut the angles. They go back to Soberano. Soberano, long ball forward. Cleared away by Grizola. Arañas looking for the through ball. Jaeong Song, cross. Headed away once more by Tuloy. Now Lupango. will control the ball for the boys in blue.
And Mendiola is playing into the defensive strengths of Tuloy right now by keeping the ball on the ground. We know that so far Tuloy has had difficulties cutting the defense while it's in the air, and that's what really makes it a bit easy for them to read if the ball is on the ground.
Almost a good read there from Diaz, just not on the same wavelength. I already saw Noti Nunez looking to move forward himself, but he stopped his run. So it goes back to the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Commentators curse as Reggie Sulit almost getting that ball out, and Nico Arañas will restart for Mendiola. Min Park sends a long ball forward. Antilio gathers for Tuloy.
Really proactive goalkeeping from Michael Antilio Jr.
Antilio has stepped up so much for Tuloy ever since Darbs Tambilawan has been injured. Quite an injury, and I believe that he's already recovered from that. He's on his way to recovery. He's getting back into full strength, I believe.
And hopefully next season there would be a lot of opportunities for that young man to man the sticks again. But so far, Antilio Jr. has really stepped up and really showed the case here that he should be the main man between the sticks for this team.
That'll be one thing that Coach Take Suzuki will be debating with his coaching staff heading into the next season. But Tuloy still keeping this 1-0 margin 25 minutes into this match. They spread the ball out wide again. They're not afraid to keep the possession on their side because they know how to pass the ball well. Later in the evening, we have Don Bosco Garelli versus Marley. Got a chance here. Nobody on the left side. Halike was waiting for Cyril South on the left side. Actually, that was Lopango with the pass, looking for Cyril South on the left side, but nobody there for Tuloy.
And South was a bit too far to get that kind of pass. I think that was closer to him just taking the shot with less power, because South really had plenty of room if that ball was heading his way.
Rizola heading it away. Divine couldn't get the right touch. Now here's Noti Nunez, who goes back to their team captain, Cyron. Rizola to Cyril South on the left side. Here's South, rather. That was Diaz. And now counter-attack. Johan Embida clearing that back line. Embida one-on-one against the keeper, but shaving it away from the left post. Great efforts as well from Antilio to cut the angles of Embida.
And you have to watch out for this man. I told you from the start that he is the one to look out for as the target man. Look at his burst in speed, just leaving his defender out of the way. Aguila couldn't do much about it. There was just a lot of wind behind Embida when he took the run.
Too much cushion on the shot of Embida. Here's Halike once again against Young Min Park. This has been the one-on-one battle that we've been checking out. Look at the physicality from Halike, taking down the taller Young Min Park on their course to getting this corner.
Well, that was great reaction as well from Victor Felicia, because the supply was coming in. There was, I think, a blue shirt waiting to pounce on that ball as well from Halike.
Tuloy FC, quick response from them after allowing Johan Embida to take a strike on target. Now they have the corner, they play it short. Noti to the left side for Cyril South, to the middle they go. Couldn't get the shave in. And it's been cleared away by Obi. What pressure is Tuloy FC applying right now on the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Divine getting quite physical in the number 12, Diaz.
Wow, great job for Diaz to recover that ball.
Cyril South now with a strike. That's easy save for Motagian.
Yeah, that was a bit too far, and the shot wasn't all that powerful to really give a scare.
Halfway point of the first half. didn't feel like we're halfway point into the first half because of the end-to-end action that we have here between Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, and Tuloy. Mendiola on the counter-attack with Donatos Obi on that left side. They have tried to exploit that side but not making the most out of it. Divine to Soberano. Couldn't find the pass to the middle. Divine was dumbfounded with that pass. Cyril South now on the left against Youngmin Park. Great awareness from South. Now Aguila to the right side for Lupango. Wouldn't operate on the wings. To the middle for Halike. Too strong of a touch again from Halike.
And still, Mendiola is giving a lot of space for Halike to just receive that ball. He is the man that they should really be assigning a man to make sure that the supply doesn't get to, because you know he's not only capable of shooting, he's also capable of doing great passes.
Sizable crowd right now here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium, Glenn. Both sides. You have Tuloy on my right side, Mendiola on your left. Feels like it's a championship round.
And it really does get a lot better here, the atmosphere, if there are a lot of people watching.
Donatos Obi almost getting on the clear, but great tackle there from the defender. Player goes down for Tuloy. I believe that was Halike. Medic's going to be called in.
Certainly not a sign that you would want to see if you are playing for, or if you're rooting for Tuloy right now. That's the goal scorer, JL Halike, on the ground.
He's just going to need that magic spray for sure. And off the camera, you have Coach Jake Huaycong of Valenzuela PB Mendiola just barking instructions to his players. I believe we are on a cooling break. Second one. The top of the broadcast, I believe we had the weather at 36.7 degrees Celsius here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. So, mainit-init dito sa stadium.
And yesterday, I think it clocked in at around 52 for one of the cities in the NCR yesterday. So, today, hindi ganun kaaraw, pero the heat is really stinging.
And that's the reason why we have a couple of cooling breaks here in the Philippines Football League. Of course, the health of our players are very important. So Halike is back up to his feet. Good look at Nico Arañas coming from the Adamson University. This is what I love about the Philippines Football League, Glenn. Plenty of players from the collegiate tournaments in the NCAA and the UAAP have found their way to the Philippines Football League. You have Darbs Tambilawan coming from the program of the University of the East. You also have Jerome Barca playing for Don Bosco Garelli United later on. You have Makebit Bacon from FEU playing in Don Bosco Garelli as well. And on the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola, we've known their history has been rooted with the San Beda University. You have Nico Arañas coming from Adamson University. So the pipeline is there already for our youth players. If you want to make it to the big leagues, we already have it here in the Philippines through the Philippines Football League. As a corner comes in for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, Divine trying to win the ball, and he controls. Blocked by the defense. Chance. Divine again. Blocked once more by Aguila, who clears it out. Reggie Sulit will compose for Mendiola.
They're really just trying to keep that ball on the ground, keying those passes in, and hopefully they can put and float the ball up in critical spots in the box just like that. But you really have to get it a little bit farther from Michael Antilo Jr. because he's really going to pounce on that.
Antilo with a great save there. Cyril Saud, recipient of that throw. Again, this is the 1-2 passing that you're seeing with Tuloy FC. They love to control possession and keep it amongst themselves. Cyril Saud, great through pass. Halike almost on the clear, but Motagian is alert and out of his line to clear the ball away.
I think that was the same mindset that Montague had earlier when JL Halike had that ball and was able to take it off the hands of the defense. But here's the thing, he was better positioned to take that ball head on right here than earlier.
Cyril Saud will have to take it back. One of the players that I've been really interested about, Cyril Saud. He's really providing the goods for Tuloy. 10 goals and 5 assists in 20 matches for the boys in blue. You've seen his incisive pass earlier for Halike. Just couldn't give chase. They still have the advantage. 34 minutes into this game, 1-0 for Tuloy. Halike scored on the 19th minute, and they're looking for more here. Send the cross to Cyril on the left. Cyril taking on Kuya Jay-Sean, who steps up to the plate and clears it out.
And that was a textbook tackle that you'd see there. Nicely timed, put the foot in right at the right time. But the crowd is loving this.
Love the exchange here, Glenn. When Jay-Sean Soberano cleared the ball out, Zanbeta fans were up to their feet. Halike almost getting the ecstasy of the fans of Tuloy, but he was offside. Of course, Jay-Sean Soberano, one of the old guards, if we may call it, for Zanbeta and Valenzuela. PB Mendiola has been there since the start for Mendiola and has been the key figure for them.
A little bit of that veteran movements. I'm really loving the atmosphere here this afternoon with the turnout of both crowds on both sides.
That was just a foul, Glenn. It's not a goal, that was just a foul. Tuloy thought they got the ball, but it was a foul on one of their players as they brought Jae-Hong Song down. Now Arañas looking to make something for Valenzuela. PB Mendiola. Reggie Sulit on the left. Sulit brings it down for Obi. Obi couldn't get past two players. He goes down, but no foul called. That'll go back forward to Tuloy for a goal kick.
Just the right amount of contact to get between yourself and the ball. Get it away from the man making the run.
If you are just near the vicinity, or if you're just within the vicinity of the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium, we still have another game at 7 p.m. between Don Bosco Garelli United and Maharlika FC. Cyril Saud called for a handball.
Very flexible there. Akala ko nga he was gonna get away with that.
Final game of the season for these two sides. That's why they brought out the crowd here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. And it just shows that we do have fans in the Philippines Football League. Most of you are in our live stream. We'll go into the live stream's comment section later on to greet you guys. But good afternoon, and again, welcome to the game. If you've just joined us, Jamer De La Cruz on call with Glenn Casas. Tuloy FC with a 1-0 margin through JL Halike in the 19th minute. Now Mendiola looking to go on the counter and equalize, but Oraco is there to cover and take the ball away. Donatus Obi wins it back for Mendiola, but the pass from Reggie Sulit has been telegraphed by Tuloy. Shot from distance from Divine. It goes out for a goal kick.
Divine just saw Antilio out of position there and maybe thought that he could give a little challenge, but he also was being overwhelmed by a lot of blue shirts, so making that decision to really just make a good contact on that ball, it's more easier said than done.
We have Cyril Saud now. Arañas almost taking it away. Tuloy FC is already safe in finishing ahead of Valenzuela PB Mendiola in the rankings. They are in the 9th place with 15 points. And with the live standings, they should be up by 8 points over, or 7 points over Valenzuela PB Mendiola. They now have 18. And Valenzuela PB with 11. Halike again with a great pass forward. Lupango trying to chip that over the defense. He's going to be called for a foul.
And that's where we saw, that's where you could see that Halike is not just pivotal when it comes to doing the shooting the goals. He's also great in making and finding those passes, that vision there. And Lupango just slotting in back to his position right in front. Really nicely done.
So Arañas looking to restart for Valenzuela PB Mendiola here. They still have 6 minutes plus stoppage time to get an equalizer before they head to the break. Soberano with a long ball forward for Mbida. Mbida trying to go around the defense. To the middle they go. It's going to be cleared away once more by Tuloy. Take the throw in quick. Perilla to the middle for Divine. Brings it back for Soberano. Good 1-2 passing between Arañas and Soberano. It's been telegraphed again. Divine. Park Kyung-min. Strike from distance. Antili with a save.
Wow. That second contact there almost put the ball in a different trajectory. Muntik nang nagulat si Antilo with where the ball was heading. Great reflexes for him to make the adjustments and still get that save done.
Was a shot from distance, but Antilo was alert for that. Siron South to restart for Tuloy. Lupango to the right side. Great dribble here by Tuloy. 1-2 passing. That was Capistrano, but he's been intercepted now. Perilla looking for the counterattack. Arañas didn't find the teammate. Now finds Obi on the left. Counterattack for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, halted by Tuloy. Mbida with a strike. Antilo once again covering well, cutting the angles, making Mbida to hit it off target.
And Mbida is starting to show a little bit of skin in this game, really getting more dangerous now. And he is starting to pull the trigger in difficult areas. But so far, Michael Antilo Jr. was able to really keep him at bay.
Less than 5 minutes now, Glenn, for Tuloy FC to keep this 1-0 margin. They had most of the chances in this first half. They could look to add one more before the end. They have to be worried about Valenzuela PB Mendiola on the counter.
And that's exactly what you want to do. And also, that's where the value of really speedy attackers like Mbida would come into play. If he's able to get the ball in critical spots, he could wait for the rest of his team. But we have a build-up here from Tuloy.
Pestrano on the right side, freed up by Halike. They go back to the middle with Diaz. And connecting with a pass there. Divine with a foul against Capistrano. It'll be a free kick for Tuloy.
Diaz thought that he could do a quick back heel to maybe send the defenders the wrong way, but also it wasn't telegraphed to his teammate properly as well.
Tuloy takes the free kick short. They take it from distance. Oh, forcing him. Montagan with a save there. What a shot from John Grizola, trying to target that top right corner of the goal.
Wow, and that was a really well-taken shot. Grizola, nobody marking him because he's too far off. But that shot, near top bin, and had to send Montagan full stretch to just put a glove to it.
So nice of Callum to check out the stream. Our friend from PFL Bible. So far, it's 1-0 for Tuloy. You haven't missed much, but you have missed that goal from JL Halike, who's on the ball right now. On ball forward from JL. Nobody there for them. Long ball hasn't been the strength of Tuloy because of the size that they have. That's why they play the ball on the ground. But whenever they do play with a long ball, it's
quite wise for them to wait for the first bounce.
And at the same time, you could see the vision coming from each player, especially that last pass from Malike to Diaz. He already saw Diaz making the run, but perhaps it's the execution. Maybe Diaz wasn't fast enough.
Once again, moving forward for Valenzuela, PB Mendiola after they take the ball away. Reggie Sulit, less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half. They have a chance here on the counter. Sulit couldn't find the pass for Obi on the left. Now Lupango playing that left wing role for Tuloy. Love how Tuloy is very flexible here, playing 4-5-1 in defense, 4-3-3 on offense. They will go back in defense now as Jaehyung Song sends it forward for Johan Mbida. Mbida going for the cross. Oh, Obi, too strong of a touch for Obi. Counter-attack. Lupango waiting for that ball. Reggie Sulit goes down.
What an opportunity for Obi to at least have taken a shot there when nobody was marking him. He was an open man.
Aranya sends it wide for Jaehyung Song. Sends it forward. Antilo is alert. He knew that that was the play for Mendiola. And Antilo sends it out. Dangerous passing here at the back. Could be costly. But Youngmin Park will not make the same mistake twice.
That was really close for him. That was almost the same type of touch that led to the first goal from earlier.
Soberano thinking about the next pass. Jaehyung Song takes it back to Felicia.
Again, Felicia, we knew this guy from Manila Monte. The only guy, I believe. Or you still have Reggie Sulit, who came from Manila Monte. So 2 players still in the PFL after Manila Monte in that transitional period in the Philippines Football League. Antilo will send that ball out. 4 minutes of added time here in the first half.
So far, both of these teams have... it's kind of like a really different exchange. On one hand, you have Tuloy. They have a game plan, keep the ball on the ground, find those critical passes and float the ball when there is a running player up front. JL Halike has been a beneficiary of that kind of play, and they've executed to perfection. But so far, Mendiola is really liking the final pass to be difficult for them.
I thought Grizola is going to be on the clear there on the left side. He waited for that ball, but the touch is not good for him.
I think he was also just waiting for somebody to get in the middle so that he could pass it too. But he could have at least really given it a chase.
Valenzuela PB Mendiola will have less than 3 minutes here to work with. They want to get a goal. They want to do it now before they head into the locker room. Because as it stands, Tuloy FC has the momentum on their side with that 1-0 advantage, and they have possession. Cyril South sends a long ball forward again, looking for Halike. But Youngmin Park will send that out for a corner.
Park really looking for his redemption arc here, especially because I think he is now having a lot of duels there with JL Halike. And so far, he's only lost once, but that one time that he lost was really the most critical one.
So a corner for Tuloy FC. 2 more minutes. Played short, Noti to Cyril South. It's going to be taken away by Youngmin Park, or rather Jaehyung Song. Cyril South to the middle. Noti 1-2. Couldn't connect with Cyril. Tagian brings it down for Reggie Sulit, but couldn't keep it in play. Dangerous spot to concede a throw-in. Go back to the side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola as they look to mount a counter. Arañas sending it to the other side for Perilla. Heads it down for Mbida. Will give chase. Or rather, that was Divine being covered by Grizola. Still with Divine. Perilla to the middle for Mbida. You rode the bicycle, but just steered it off the right post.
But that's going to be our last game of the season, getting a worldie just like that. But it's a difficult skill, especially if you're being marked like that.
Tuloy will be happy to milk the clock here and send us to halftime with a 1-0 margin. Tyron South. Auracoy. Long ball forward onto the right side. I believe that was Capistrano. Brings it down. The dribble out here. To the left side they go. Looking for Cyril against Soberano once again. Cyril goes back to the middle. To the number 13, Aguila. Lupango. Through ball for Noti. Nunez on the left. Pass to Cyril. Cyril shapes up, curling it out wide of the right. That is the signal. It's halftime, ladies and gentlemen, and that has been an entertaining first 45 minutes, Glenn.
Certainly has been. And again, Tuloy has executed their tactics to precision here, making those critical passes on the ground, finding some space up front and getting that then there. But you've also seen some signs of life coming from Mendiola, especially when they utilize Mbida up front. You know that he is not just a very agile and aggressive player, but he is able to make critical passes where you need it.
JL Hali came, saw, and conquered, scored that opening goal for Tuloy FC. We go to a break, and when we come back, it's halftime stats, analysis, and highlights for the match between Valenzuela PB Mendiola and Tuloy FC.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ertulo Galeli. See you next time in the pitch. Thank you so much.
If you're in the Philippines, come out, come support the league, support your local players, come support the foreigners.
Thank you for support, Manila Tigers. And next time ulit, kung merong oras, punta kayo sa stadium. Thank you.
Thank you sa mga Mendiola, yung mga nanonood dyan, mga supporters, sa mga nanonood din sa YouTube.
Yeah, let them keep coming and supporting. We will make them proud.
Oh, thanks everyone and Watagi fans and other things for coming and watching.
Sa lahat ng Kaya football fans, sana tuloy pa rin kayong sumuporta sa amin. Hindi lang sa Kaya fans, sana sa Philippine Football League dito, sana supportahan niyo po.
Tara, Cebu. It's amazing here. We have to keep coming, keep supporting every club, every supporter. We have to go together.
To all my Mahalika family, yeah, thank you for the continuous support, everyone.
To the fans, I think this result is just for them. I think they are coming up to support us. I think we are giving all the best that we can so that they can come a little bit more.
Thank you all for coming. Hope to see you next game. Thank you.
We cannot go without the fans. We will always be there for them, to make them happy, to score, to win game week in, week out, so that they will be happy watching us and coming to the stadium. We want them to come out and support.
Hello, thank you for supporting Mendiola. Sana hindi kayo magsawang magsuporta sa amin. We train hard to get the last games.
All I can say to thank them for the support, the courage that they have been giving us, because they really believe in us, and we also have everything possible to give it back to them for what they deserve, and that is what we are trying to do. We always keep on fighting for them and give them the glory that they always want us to give them.
what you're drinking. 2 shots, let's pour it up. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Don't look at the past, no, we're not going that way. Oh, now make it last, make it last to the break of day. No matter what people say, live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted, triple shot for the pain. There you go, drink it up, all this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
After 45 minutes of action here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium, to the delight of the fans from Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, and Tuloy FC, JL Halique scored the opening goal in the 19th minute, and we have a lot to talk about in this first half.
Yes, and certainly it has been Tuloy who has been executing to perfection the strategy that they have. They've really been sticking to their guns in this game. They've been keeping the ball on the ground, just finding those little opportune moments to put the ball in the air. Really clever through passes like that. And again, that mistake from Park has sent the opponents, Tuloy, ahead with that touch from JL Halique, who still had a lot to do to get it away from the keeper. And then it was back and forth action as well. That's where you'd see Mendiola starting to utilize the man up in front, Mbida, and he was really critical. He is able to key in those passes, but so far, getting the ball to him has been really difficult.
Tuloy FC has kept a very composed low block against Valenzuela PB Mendiola. They've been getting most of the chances as well in the first half. Cyril Saud looking to take a strike from distance. Kayvan Motagian was alert for the shot, but Cyril Saud has been providing those incisive passes as well. JL Halique has been positioning himself well up front, but player that we really are impressed in this first half is the goalkeeper, Michael Antilo Jr. He's been in the thick of the action. We've had a couple of shots from Jae Yong Song and even Johan Mbida, but he was alert to the possibilities and he was able to keep Tuloy FC ahead by 1 goal here thanks to John Lloyd Halique's opening goal as well. This is one of the other chances from Cyril Saud that was veering away off the right post as you look into the crowd of Tuloy FC. a lot of fans here. They brought the crowd here, the final day of the classification round for them. They already secured 9th spot with the point advantage that they have, but it's all about getting it across the line here in this final day. As we look into the stats for the first half, you've seen Tuloy getting most of the possession, 55-45, equal almost, but you could see Tuloy has been spending those possessions really well and keeping it to themselves.
And that's where you see the Mendiola numbers come in. The number of shots has already been knocking on the doors of the defense, and that's exactly how we were able to highlight the performance of Michael Antilo Jr. because 6 of those were on target, and so far they have been really challenging ones that had to be done at full stretch. And so far, the scoreline has remained 1-0 since. For physicality's sake, 3 goals apiece isn't really that bad. It's quite average for a first half, as you would see, but for both of these teams, it does mean that they are equally just as physical and really just committing to getting that ball in the right areas, getting it back, and perhaps getting it in critical spots to start an attack from somewhere.
Well, Tuloy FC has been sticking to their guns since the first half, and they've been really doing well against Valenzuela PB Mendiola. On the other side, Valenzuela PB Mendiola wants to take control of midfield, but the problem is Tuloy has been controlling it real well.
And it's really the passing game here. It's really difficult to put yourself in between that passing lanes, especially because right now the objective was to control the middle, but so far Tuloy has been controlling not just the middle, but at the same time the wings as well. Every avenue that they have, Lupango doing the job on the right side, Saot doing it on the left. Then they're able to find a target man in Halike in the middle. Noti Nunez also from the middle of the ground, finding those key passes as well. So far, it really has been clicking for them.
Well, we have to wait how it's going to look out for Tuloy and Valenzuela PB Mendiola. I believe Tuloy has a substitution coming up here. The goal scorer, JL Halike, is going to be checked out for John Lawrence Binalong. So a bit of change here for Coach Take Suzuki. On the other side with Valenzuela PB Mendiola, we haven't seen a change yet, but we have to wait for them. Speaking about waiting, the championship round or the championship group is beckoning. It's really tight at the top of the standings, and we have 3 fixtures to give you this Wednesday. At 3:30 p.m., we have Stallion Laguna FC taking on Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. 6:15, it's Aguilas Yumac FC versus One Taguig FC. And then at 9 p.m., we have Kai FC Iloilo against Manila Digger FC. As we have the start of the second half here, Glenn. Again, this is the last day of the classification group with both sides already fixed in their standings. Tuloy will finish 9th. Valenzuela PB Mendiola will finish 10th, but they would like to end the season on a high note. Song takes the ball away, looking to pounce early here in the second half. Across, Antilo rises to the occasion and plucks the ball out of the thin air.
They are now utilizing the second target man, Obi, on that left side that was almost able to get through that, but Antilo Jr. just anticipating the danger before it happens.
Reggie Sulit restarts for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Of course, the Philippines Football League doesn't end today. It ends next week, I believe, the 30th. But the championship group is still tight. You have 2 teams looking to play spoilers to the top teams in One Taguig and Manila Digger FC. So Aguilas Yumac FC and Kai FC Iloilo, all eyes are on you if you want to exploit the league leaders, as Tuloy almost goal scoring opportunity there for Noti Nunez.
And still, you know, we've started the championship round as well with some expectations as to who's going to be doing well, who's going to be dragging their feet. And so far, none of us has been able to predict the outcome as it is. Spoilers has been coming out, and we don't even know where it's coming from.
Even our panel, who's bringing their predictions, have been proven wrong in the entire championship round. So that's one thing to look out for in the Philippines Football League. Meanwhile, we go back to live action here between Valenzuela PB Mendiola and Tuloy FC. Tuloy still holding on that 1-0 advantage, but they don't have JL Halikin now to be the goal-scoring threat up front. Siron South, poor clearance. Embida, a chance here for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Embida just making his way inside the box. Here's the cross. Antilo leaves that out. It'll be a corner for Mendiola.
And this is some good pressure that they are adding right now. Mendiola is able to put some really important passes, and Embida, again, being critical to the attacking side. They would really need him to receive the ball in great spaces, but at the same time, other taller players should be able to step up.
So here's the corner for Mendiola. Headed in, and Divine scores the equalizer for the boys in white. Peramoy Divine putting us back where we started as he equalized in the first 3 minutes of the second half.
And this is what we were looking for, them making use of the height advantage, especially if the threat is coming from the air. Look at that delivery there. And Divine just standing where he wants to be, heads that ball away. But look at the defense. They were just caught ball watching there. I think that was Siren South closest from your quad vision. Beautifully done, nicely placed, and just the right amount of touch puts them in equal footing. Mendiola is now ready to rock.
And Mendiola is quite dangerous whenever they are coming from behind. They will find those gaps if they want to. They found one through Divine. Now they're level at 1-1 here. Tuloy looking to get that advantage again. Youngmin Park clears it out. Now Perilla to the middle for Jeong Song. You could feel that Mendiola have a spring on their steps as they move forward. A foul is called against Tuloy FC.
And this is where your mindset, your discipline comes into play, because if something doesn't go your way, you really have to be able to recover from it mentally. Otherwise, you're going to start making mistakes.
Reggie Sulit, long ball forward. Antilo will gather for Tuloy FC. We're level here, 3 minutes into the second half. Peramoy Divine scoring that much needed equalizer for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Meanwhile, Tuloy FC looking to go on the counter. Great through pass from Grizola. They move on the left side with Cyril South dribbling past the defender. Cyril still with the ball, with a cross and chance. Lupango gives the lead back to Tuloy FC. Justin Lupango has been lurking up front, and he gives Tuloy FC the lead once more.
Justin Lupango just waiting for that beautiful opportunity to come up and score that goal. Right place, right time, but that run from South, just look at that determined run to get to that pass. That one right there, getting past his mark. Keeping the ball on the ground has always been their gameplay, and so far it has made headlines. And yet again, they pull one just after getting a response from Mendiola. They just clap right back at them.
Quad vision replay showing us how great that run was from Cyril South, freeing up Justin Lupango in the middle. Chance of one more goal. Isa pa, sabi ng Tuloy, and they have the opportunity. Justin Lupango to the middle. They leave it for South! 2-goal margin. Cyril South opened up the gap, and they score once more.
And that puts his tally to 12 goals this season. So far, the response has been devastating for Mendiola. Just like a double-barreled shotgun, that was 2 shots in a row. Let's have a replay here. Beautiful play, seeing the space up front. And then what a move from Nunez there, fooling the defense. Lupango sees the passing opportunity. Nunez sees South, and South delivers.
Cyril South and Tuloy FC celebrating. Kayvon Motagian not happy with this defense. Mendiola looking for that response. But a great tackle once again by Capistrano. Antilo saves it. But the attack of Tuloy FC not allowing Mendiola to recover from that goal of Justin Lupango, who himself provided the assist for Cyril South. It's just a give and take between Cyril South and Justin Lupango. Cyril gave the assist on the earlier goal, and then Lupango returning the favor to Cyril South with their third goal of the match.
And what team play this is. Beautifully built up as well. And you can't do those kinds of movements without...
We have another chance here again. Sorry to cut you off, Glenn, as Lupango went down inside the box, but no foul is called. But again, Cyril South has been exposing that left side of Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Years and years of team play, chemistry. That is exactly what this team brings.
Arañas trying to thread the needle on that left side. He wins the throw-in for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Embida brings it down for Arañas. Couldn't get the back heel pass though. Capistrano covered by two players in white. Ball goes out of play. It'll be in favor of Tuloy.
Parang talagang nag-init lang biglaan si Tuloy with that last string of possession.
Again, we've talked about how they build up the play either through a counterattack, a fast counterattack, or the passing game is working for them. The guns truly are blazing for Tuloy FC, leading 3-1. Nunez now moving forward for Tuloy. Long ball forward from Grizola, finding Cyril South on the left. They might have found that gap now on the side of Yongmin Park. It's been 2 times that Cyril South has made his way on that right. Now to the right side they go. Just couldn't put the foot in for Lupango. What a pass though from John Lawrence Binalong, the substitute.
And that would have been another one in the books there, with Lupango just unable to take advantage that slide. And so far, you could see the keeper as well has just been sticking, being planted on the ground, Kevin Motagian.
Motagian's not having a field day here. He's really getting agitated by his defense as balls are coming from left or the right side from Tuloy. They have used that wings well. It's as if Tuloy has taken the keys to victory for Mendiola and pointed against them. Because we've talked about controlling the midfield and using the wings. Meanwhile, you have Tuloy FC using the wings for their own good. Embida now looking to go on a counter. Divine takes a strike from distance. High, wide, and out for the number 29.
And this is the 3rd time that he's been given that opportunity to take a strike from distance. But again, Divine really does not have the accuracy that he wanted to get that shot away from that distance.
Again, we go back to the point where we are talking about Valenzuela PB Mendiola needed to play it in the wings against Tuloy, but it is Tuloy who's using the wings now. This one again, Capistrano on the right against Sulit. Capistrano through ball for Lupango on the right. Motagian commits. Motagian saves. Finally, Kayvon Motagian holds on to that ball.
That was the aggression from Motagian that we were looking for earlier, because that was what allowed the 2 goals to come in quick succession. He was firmly planted, and now I think he's just awakened.
Kayvon Motagian will have to compose himself again as Tuloy FC is mounting another counterattack. Cyril South goes to the left side for John Grizola. South slides back in midfield with Nunez. He will transition forward once more. Nunez through pass, taken away by Victor Felicia. Now Perilla It's been dispossessed. Tuloy once more with possession, switching the play to the right wing. Capistrano against Sulit. Capistrano couldn't win it against Sulit. And Youngmin Park recovers for Mendiola. He is moving forward. And again, Youngmin Park trying to save something out of his mistakes here in the second half. Youngmin Park on the left. Gets it across. Nobody there other than Sairon Saud of Tuloy.
Park just wanted to keep that ball in. He did see the run coming from Obi to be as close to the danger zone, but that was really just desperately trying to keep the ball in.
So this is the substitution that Valenzuela PB Mendiola has been waiting in the wings. Johan Fofana will check in for Youngmin Park. And a much needed substitution here, Glenn, because Youngmin Park's side has been well and truly exposed by Tuloy. Jaeong Song moving forward for Mendiola. Obi to Arañas. We go back to Fofana, who slots into that center back role, replacing Youngmin Park. Donatus Obi gets a foul after a challenge from the much smaller defender.
And really, Tuloy is quick to pounce onto that defensive area there on the left side. Pagdating ng bola din, whoever gets that ball, doesn't matter who, but there will be two Tuloy players hounding you down in that direction to just keep the supply from coming in, because they know it's really dangerous the moment that you're able to put a cross into that middle area.
They're not afraid to get physical against Mendiola. Mendiola, more experienced, more physically built for the PFL compared to Tuloy, but they're not afraid to go toe-to-toe. Arañas, almost a clearance here. Dirty clearance, but it works. Cyril Saud on the counter-attack, too strong of a touch as Reggie Sulit recovers for Mendiola.
And you could really smell, or you could really see Cyril Saud can smell the danger, wants to get that back.
Stoppage and play. There goes down for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Their crowd has been silenced after that double-barreled shotgun goals from Tuloy FC. So it's Johan Embida who's down on the ground right now for Mendiola. You can see Coach Medi Soltani having a word with Reggie Sulit as we go into our cooling break. The first 15 minutes of the second half, Glenn, Tuloy FC has been the more active side, spreading the ball in the wings, making those dummy runs, and have produced 2 goals already in the second half. And those goals came in a 2-minute span.
And again, you can see that Mendiola is really trying their hardest to get to keep up with the movement. But there's just a lot of players being put forward by Tuloy, giving them the headache of who to manage there, who to man mark, what area to defend. And I think this is where discipline comes in as well, because if you know your assignments and you know how to do it well, then it shouldn't really be second-guessing yourself. And there has been a lot of gaps opening because of those poor movements coming from the defense. But here's the thing. You were kind of expecting that if ever they do manage to get that ball, they need to really get that counter-attack quickly done as quick as possible. But then you see Mendiola trying to play the ball on the ground. They don't have that confidence to find a pass from distance.
You have to find that confidence because Tuloy is brimming with confidence now on the counter-attack. Grizola on the left side. You have Lupango slotting into that center forward role. You have Cyril Saud on the left wing. You have the number 24, John Lawrence Binalong on that right wing. So plenty of options in attack for Tuloy. But they are trying to compose themselves with the possession. Nunez through pass. Offside. Flag is up for John Henson Diaz.
Again, you see there is urgency coming from the team in white right now just to get that ball, but they really love to keep that ball on the ground. Whereas right now the midfield is tightly being controlled, being restricted by Tuloy. Makes it difficult for them to just keep the ball on the ground and make those passes.
Tuloy has gone from a 4-5-1 to a 4-3-3 now. They're making it difficult for Mendiola to find the gaps. If in the first half, from a 4-5-1, they transitioned to a 4-3-3 in attack, they are now sticking to that 4-3-3 in the entirety of the second half here.
I think that has something to do with the exit of JL Halique. So it is more of a tactical change, especially being done that early. And you saw the responsiveness of that attack right there.
Siron Saud will send a long ball forward, but Reggie Sulit will head that down for Nico Arañas. Donatus Obi exchanging passes with Arañas. Very wise for Denmark Oracoy to bring it back to Antilo.
And the back line really being effective in getting that final key pass away from the hands of Mendiola.
There's one thing that Tuloy FC has done consistently well in the entire Philippines Football League campaign that they've had. It's keeping the possession or playing the ball on the ground. And they're doing that now as another through pass from Nunes, almost making its way to Cyril Saud. But it's been telegraphed by Felicia. Donatus Obi to Divine. They now bring it back to Sulit. Through pass. Good tackle once again from Binalong.
The difference between the through passes of Mendiola and the through passes from Tuloy right now is where it happens. It's so easy to read for the defense of Tuloy when the through pass is coming from Mendiola, but on the opposite side, habulin talaga nila because it does manage to get away.
Ofana the substitute. They go to Divine. So far the pace has died down for this game. But Johan Embida looking to spring life back for Mendiola. Sulit. 65th minute of action. If you've missed it, 2 goals in a span of 2 minutes for Tuloy in the 50th minute. Justin scored. Embida almost scoring there, but Antilo was alert for it. And on the 52nd minute earlier on, Cyril Saud giving that quick fire double for Tuloy to get that 3-1 margin.
And Antilo Jr. just being the wall between the sticks. Conceded one from a good attack coming from Mendiola, but so far, the rest of it he was able to step up, and really decisively so.
Tuloy having some time with the ball right now. They can get some rest as they play the ball around and find the next gap. Siron goes to Diaz. Find a long ball forward. Reggie Sulit brings it down and out for a throw. Capistrano looking for that throw in. Finds Lupango. Didn't use the overlap. Capistrano or Binalong wins it back for Tuloy. Chance here for them. Nunes 1-2. Capistrano on the right side. Thought about the cross. And Binalong will take it back. Good composure and patience here from Tuloy. They can't find the opening on the right. They will switch the play to the left.
And the possession management as well, especially under heavy pressure coming from the defense. They just keep the ball rolling, keep it past, keep it away from the tackles as well.
Divine moving it forward now for Embida against the number 14, Denmark Oracoy. Oracoy covering well. Embida trying to win the ball, but Oracoy wins it again for Tuloy FC against the much taller opposition. Naughty Nunes with the ball now. That crafty midfielder for Tuloy has been making wonders in midfield for them. Capistrano couldn't find a pass for Lupango. Sulit on the left side. Great tackle from the number 24, Binalong, and they win the ball as well for a throw-in.
Really just slotting into the expectations that we have with Tuloy, just being patient with that ball, keeping it in the ground, doing those little passes, and again, managing the possession, not being too wasteful. Great key passes like that with players running forward.
Now Cyril Sowell on the right side, taking a shot. Ooh, that was over the crossbar, but not as far as we have expected.
Wow, and I think that was just about one goal length, or one ball length to getting inside the goal.
Like how our fans as well, seeing the teams in the classification round, they pointed out that almost everybody in the classification group has improved in the third round of games out here. You have Don Bosco Garelli and Maharlika FC still unbeaten in the third round. You have Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, and Tuloy having a win and a draw themselves. Philippine Army, even all the way to the last day, gave everything out there.
And we're just really hoping that whatever momentum, however they end the season, that they just keep moving up and keep improving for the next season as well. Because this has really been the most exciting PFL season so far. Ever, even if we were to compare it with the previous and even the first iteration where there was an actual home and away was really good, but the excitement being brought by the competition, sure, there's still some disparity between the teams right now. Laki pa rin ng goal difference during the first and second rounds. But with the trajectory that the lower teams are showing right now, I think it's about to get to that point where hindi na magiging blowout every time.
And if you're talking about excitement, before we head back into this action between Valenzuela, PB Mendiola, and Tuloy, excitement is building up in the championship group as we have Stallion Laguna FC and Dynamic Herbs Cebu playing out on Wednesday, 3:30 p.m., followed by the Aguilas Yumak FC versus One Taguig FC in 6:15 p.m. And the night will be capped off by Kaya FC Iloilo and Manila Digger FC at 9 for the championship group. 3 games, 2 of which really have huge implications in the top of the standings. One Taguig and Manila Digger FC level on points, goal difference separating them. A win for One Taguig and the surprise from the defending champions Kaya FC against Manila Digger FC could tilt that title race to the side of One Taguig. But we go back into the live action here as Antilo receives the ball at the back. Cyron Saud. Great composure here. Cyron in midfield to Cyrel. Moving forward, Reggie Sulit gets a touch and clears it away for Fofana. Arañas taken aback once more by Capistrano. Binalong. Fofana or Divine wins it again for Mendiola. But it goes back to the side of Tuloy.
So far, it really has been more of a Tuloy ball right now. You can see them controlling the pace, them controlling the tempo, the passing, plus that dangerous through ball right there.
Cyril Saud is on the free again. He goes down. No foul is called. Could have went for the turn, but he went down. Arañas blocked by the number 12, Diaz. Counterattack. Nunes leaves it for Saud. Trying to win the ball was Saud, but he was covered well by Felicia. Those passes once again from Tuloy, finding its way forward. But Mendiola wise enough to block those passes.
And yet, every time that they find a through ball like that, kasi so far we've been watching and commentating on the championship rounds as well, and so far ito yung may pinakamadami ako nakitang through balls that they actually get to a player up ahead and really just tear the defense down. It's just the execution in the final piece.
Here's another through ball from Binalong, finding Diaz. But he opts to go down, and a foul is called against Fofana. Quite a strong challenge from the back. Coach Take Suzuki is asking for a card, and it might come out, and it already came out for Fofana As we have a couple of substitutions for Valenzuela PB Mendiola. You have Kevin Theodore Skinker and Remedy Zlewolo.
Let's have a look at that. Wow, so that was a bit of a late challenge there, especially coming from behind. Definitely worth a card. Putting your hands on a player who's already gotten away from you.
Two players coming out. That's Peremoy Divine and Jason Soberano checking out for Mendiola. Skinker and Zlewolo coming in for them. They're still down.
There's the confirmation. Fofana with the yellow. But that is definitely not a sight you would want to see if you are supporting the team in blue this afternoon.
Coach Medio Soltani and Jake Koaikong already scratching their heads and just focusing on what they can do, what they need to do against the side of Tuloy. They're leading by 2 goals, but the thing there is that they have taken the play away from Mendiola. The play for Mendiola here is to control the midfield and use the wings. Tuloy has done that against them.
And so dangerous on those through balls as well, because the objective to really keep this game in the balance is, like you said, control that middle area, and that's where most of the through balls go through. But so far, this is one of those games where almost every other through ball gets passed. Halos lahat ng through ball na binabato nila, it gets to somebody in a blue shirt. It's just more of being able to get to the defenders being able to take him down or being able to take the ball away. But if you're talking about somebody getting a good run in front of the goal, it's like Tuloy always has one ready to pounce.
We have Remedies Lewolo getting last orders from Medi Soltani. And I can see that John Diaz is back up to his feet. And he's ready to take on the final quarter of the match out here against Valenzuela PB Mendiola. So the free kick taken by Binalong. Noti Nunez looking to start the play for them. Binalong waiting for it in the wings. He gets the ball on the right side. Binalong with a pass to the middle. Cleared away by Felicia. But Binalong wins it again. And finally, Kayvon Matagian holds on to the ball.
Binalong just really trying to force himself into that situation where he could put that pass in. Mendiola could barely do something.
Lewolo goes down. Play continues as Diaz is down again on the ground. Might have been a case of the gas tank running out as the medical team has been called in. Stretchers in for Diaz. To be fair, Diaz has been in the thick of action since the start of this game against Mendiola. He's been helping out the defense. He's been helping out in midfield for Tuloy, and credit where it's due, Diaz is walking off with his head held high.
Diaz is one of those that's been doing a lot of overlaps as well, coming from the midfield, then just lending his hand, adding to the numbers to make it difficult for Mendiola to defend. It has helped a lot, and he is definitely one of those who has contributed to those attacks.
Tuloy will have a throw in. Number 13, Aguila couldn't get to it. Now, Nico Arañas going to move forward for Mendiola and at least get a goal back. Obi on the left keeps it in play. Not anymore as it goes out for a goal kick. Substitutions coming on. The injured John Diaz checks out for the number 9, Gabriel Vergara. Time permits for Tuloy, they still have a chance to use one of their grassroots coaches in Kent Talam, who's the reason why plenty of players out here or supporters out here in Tuloy are out in numbers.
because he's been the coach of their grassroots program and they want to see their coach play in the PFL.
Which is a very sweet gesture coming from the youth right now. But this is also great stuff to see, especially if you know, may future in football, that you may end up in this level of the game someday as well.
May see yourself playing in the boots of your coach. Tuloy now getting the possession once again. Nunez to Cyril Saud. Take it back to his brother, Siron. Now Binalong up front. The substitute has been making a lot of effort for Tuloy. Antilio has been a steady figure on goal for Tuloy in the second half, or even in the first half, despite conceding a goal early on in the second year. Someone in the comments section pointed out, if Antilio's playing good, the entire Tuloy FC team is doing well.
And the good thing about this right now, we've seen Tuloy being really good in the first opening minutes, first half, and sometimes even up until the first 15 minutes of the second half. But depending on the quality of the team, it really just shows the level that they have right now. As far as fitness is concerned, I think that's something that we're hoping that they keep improving on as well. Para when it comes to facing the bigger teams, they are able to carry the same level of performance end to end.
They will try to make use of their momentum heading into the next season. So far, Tuloy FC has taken the game by its head, leading by 3-1 over Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Jae-Yong Song, foul called against Justin Lupango. Song goes down. Felt a bit of a nudge from Lupango there, and cramps are now kicking in. Another substitution coming up for Mendiola. You have Jae-Yong Song, right on cue of that cramp. Will be subbed out by their coach. Coming into his place is Arturo Gomez. Jae-Yong Song will go back up. Will be helped out by his teammate Fofana. He will give way for Arturo Gomez. So free kick for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, a chance for them to make something out of the last 10 minutes of action. A remedy to the right side for Perilla, looking for that cross, thought about it. Now gets the cross in, but Cyron's out with the block at an expense of a corner.
Perilla was just given a lot of room to move, but at the same time, right now, Tuloy has started to compress the defense all inside the box right before that corner.
Perilla to take this outswinger of a corner, taken short, cleared away, only as far as Kinker, but couldn't get that to one of his teammates. Counterattack, Cyril Saud starts the party for Tuloy. Binalong on the right side. Goes down against Sulit. Foul committed by Reggie Sulit. Tuloy takes it quick. Cyril Saud on the right side, making good use of the acres of space. Still with Saud to the middle. A shot! Fourth goal for Tuloy, and that could be the final nail in the coffin. Take a bow, John Rocky Grizola, to the applause of the crowd of Tuloy FC in the 81st minute.
That is another different goal scorer testament to how unselfish this playing style of Tuloy. Just keep passing that ball. Look at how Saot just gets the speed up, boosters on, leaves Sulit in the dust, and then sees that run of his teammate on the opposite side. Grizola makes no mistake, taps it in, kept that run going. Beautifully done by Cyril Saot.
What a pass from Cyril Saot here. From defense to offense, John Grizola has marked it all and becomes the 4th scorer of a goal here for Tuloy in this game. Again, I want to point that out. 4 different goal scorers for Tuloy FC. You have Halike in the first half. You have Justin Lupango and Cyril Saot in the second. As well as on the final 9 minutes, you have John Grizola.
Everybody out there just scoring goals, and I think that would be the first for Grizola.
Counter-attack here for Mendiola. Antilo clears it out. Oh, just couldn't keep that away.
Crunch time now coming from Mendiola.
Antilo gets the ball. Just 7 minutes remaining in this action. Tuloy FC with a 3-0 margin. Remedy with a foul. Desperation and frustration in the face of Lewolo and Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
So unselfish, this kind of play here, just finding those right passes, because you could always be in the right place and at the right time, and if your principle is just pass that ball to the best person who can score, what a game coming from these teams.
Donatos Obi not backing down for Mendiola. He takes a strike, but he sends that over the bar. He wanted to score that goal because Tuloy FC has been wreaking havoc here in the entire second half against them.
And look at how they are forced to shoot from outside the box, because they know they can no longer just thread that ball freely into the final attacking third. They have no choice but to take their chances as long as there's enough space, and Obi just had that kind of mindset there.
And the mistake of Mendiola going to the side of Cyril Saot and Tuloy FC. Cyril Saot up front now, looking to make good use of his pace against Skinker. Skinker brings it down for Mendiola. Perilla couldn't keep that in. Throw in for Tuloy, but in the offing we have a substitution. Justin Lupango, one of the goal scorers, will be checking out for the number 42, Marcus Tobes. Round of applause for Justin Lupango, one of the goal scorers here. He scored the goal in the 50th minute. That was the goal that put them ahead once again against Valenzuela PB Mendiola. That was 2 minutes after Mendiola scored the equalizer. Cyril Saot to Noti Nunez. Gets 2 players in white. He goes down. Play continues. Felicia moves forward through pass, but Cyron will give chase. Embida against Cyron. Antilo with a save once again. Mind you, Antilo was not on the greatest of angles out there, but he still gets a save in.
And again, you see Embida just rushing through that ball. He has a lot of power behind it. Antilo just doing the needful here.
Arturo to Perilla. Felicia. Long ball forward looking for Obi, but too strong, so that goes out for a goal kick.
Situation has been really desperate for Mendiola to just get that ball into the box. Difficult to get somebody to shoot from that point-blank range.
4 minutes left Tuloy FC with a 3-goal margin over Valenzuela PB Mendiola. A goal here for Mendiola could just be another consolation goal for them. Tuloy FC stuck to their guns, pulled out that gun, and it's been blazing in the second half. Meanwhile, Mendiola still trying to make something out of this. Skinker with the ball to the right for Perilla. Perilla to the middle for Embida. Again, hounded by the defense. Remedy gets the ball for Mendiola on that right side. Looking for the cross, headed away. Arañas couldn't turn and shoot, cleared out. Seidel South, nobody to help him out. And he's wise to take it all the way back. Ooh. Chance here, counterattack, Fofana. High and out for the number 19.
I think that was one of the cleanest opportunities for them to pull another goal back, but Fofana just couldn't get his shooting boots done. And again, it goes to show that they really are in that mindset right now. If you're chasing that game, even the simplest of opportunities could be a difficult task.
Tuloy FC with 2 minutes remaining to keep this scoreline intact for them. They've been the better side. They've been the better side out here in this game, but Obi looking to shoot. He's been blocked. Skinker for the cross, side on South with the block.
Ball just goes out. And so far, they are really just looking for that space, looking for that run, desperately charging in. Last 2 minutes and a few seconds of regulation, and so far this game has already been tilted towards Tuloy. But perhaps another goal to spoil the already bigger gap. And right now they are just trying to charge in. No can do there. Ball just simply goes out. Arañas couldn't keep it in, but does manage to get a corner.
Corner now for Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
Up it goes. Here's the delivery. Oh, and that was really close. Header was just so close to getting that into the net. But again, that effort, that pass almost have gotten it.
Tuloy FC moving on the counter-attack right now with the number 9. It's been blocked by Skinker. 5 minutes of added time here, Glenn.
Additional time.
Another substitution here for Tuloy FC. It's number 7, Cyril Saot, who has put in the good work for Tuloy FC in this game. Scored a goal and provided an assist as well. He'll come to the applause of the crowd of Tuloy. Coming into his place is Jericho Anisiete. Much needed rest for Cyril Saot in this entire match.
Has been involved in 3 of the 4 goals. He could be involved in all 4 if we were to look at it a bit further. But again, his contribution this afternoon is undeniable.
Arañas right now trying to wriggle his way in the middle. He takes a strike over the bar and out. But that has been the closest Mendiola FC came into the second half in scoring a goal.
Well, that would have actually pulled it down by 1 goal right there, but rattled the crossbar, it did. And that was really nicely placed as well. That was just the right amount of force and power, just the aim itself.
Now again, Tuloy on the right side with Binalong. He goes to the middle. Binalong thought about the shot. Here's the strike, blocked by the defense of the number 6, Arturo Gomez. It clears it out of danger. Throw in once more for Tuloy. Capistrano and Tuloy FC looking to cross the finish line with a convincing win over Valenzuela PB Mendiola. Binalong taken down. Remedies Lewolo clears it out. Embida, he's been pocketed by the defense of Sairon South and Tuloy FC. Hasn't made an impact in this game. Perilla wins it again. Noti Nunez wins it for Tuloy, but a foul is going to be called against the number 10.
And we were really expecting a lot of the attacking prowess to come from Nunez this afternoon. They've done their assignment, Mendiola, to make it difficult for him. Really just hang on to that middle area. But so far, the adjustments and the unselfishness coming from this Tuloy team, they've been able to put out marvelous goals.
Remedy inside the box. He takes a strike. It's been blocked by Tuloy. Still with Remedy. Perilla in the middle. Takes a shot. Blocked again. Arturo brings it down for Arañas. Arañas looking for the curler, but that curls out of play for a goal kick.
They've just been inching themselves closer to that goal, but again, it's always that final piece of the puzzle that they can't seem to find. It's either getting that ball into the right spot, or in that case, just finding somebody to put that finishing touch.
Obi gets the ball back for Mendiola inside the box of Tuloy. Arañas, last 2 minutes of play for these two sides. Embida has been blocked once again by the stout defense of Tuloy FC. Arañas couldn't find the teammate because I think it was Obi who was offside in that play. Final minute of action here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium for both Valenzuela PB Mendiola and Tuloy FC. Tuloy looking to close out their 2025-2026 season on a high note with a 4-1 advantage over Valenzuela PB Mendiola. And what a season it has been for Tuloy.
And it really has been quite an eye-opener, not just for this team, but for the fans as well. They can keep up with the big guns. They are still short in a few areas, but they certainly are able to do it. They are certainly able to show that they can get some points, they can perform, and hopefully next season would be a better one for them.
Meanwhile, for Valenzuela PB Mendiola, going back to the drawing board and finding what they need to do in terms of improving themselves for the next season. But it's been a positive classification round for them. A win and a draw in the classification group. Something to build on for the future. Perilla has been cleared away by Sairon South. Chance for a counter for Tuloy. One last attack for the boys in blue. Toves sends it forward. One final attack here for Tuloy. Felicia has been breached, and it's the post. But that's the end of the game, Glenn. Tuloy FC stuck to their guns and pulled that out against Mendiola. Final thoughts on the action?
Well, they have certainly not just stuck with their guns, but they've sharpened their tools, brought on the entire toolbox, made those really critical passes count, and they've certainly made their way into the victory that they're looking for. Mendiola, on the other hand, they had a game plan, but the discipline that they require to keep this going, it still needs a lot of work. But you know what? It's a good thing that they're here. They are able to keep it going. And hopefully, the next season for them would be much better.
Well, it's been a pleasure bringing you this game. Valenzuela PB Mendiola ends their season at the back foot against Tuloy FC, who will go out of the 2025-2026 season as a 9th place team. 4 goals coming in, 4 different goal scorers in John Lloyd Halike, Justin Lupango, Cyril South, and John Rocky Grizola. On the other side, Valenzuela PB Mendiola, the only goal coming in from Peremoy Divine. At the end of 90 minutes, it's Tuloy FC 4, Valenzuela PB Mendiola 1. We thank you all for catching this game, and we hope you stick around as we have the last game of the classification group. It's Maharlika FC taking on Don Bosco Garelli in the final day of the classification round of your 2025-2026 Philippines Football League. We are PFL.
Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't.
And we are with our man of the match today, Cyril South. Cyril, how are you doing? How's the feeling after the game?
Sobrang saya po kasi lalong-lalo na po yung fans sa taas na sobrang supported po sa amin.
And dinala mo, ang dami ng fans na nagpunta dito ngayon, tapos ikaw pa yung may pinakamalaking contribution sa team. What was yung difference na ginawa mo ngayon versus sa mga nagdaang game para madala mo yung team mo ng ganito?
Mas nag-focus lang po kami sa nag-focus po ako sa more goals para po makakontribute sa team. Then yung preparation po namin, wala lang po masyadong ginawa. Nag-focus lang kami sa mga small mistake namin kasi doon nagki-create yung scoring opportunity na kalaban.
At ang ganda rin ng performance na ginawa ni Mendiola ngayon. At ito ang pinaka-last na game ng season. Anong masasabi mo sa lahat ng mga nakaharap ninyo?
Overall, all goods naman po. Binigay po nila yung best nila hanggang sa dulo.
Thank you po so much.
Puhunan mo sa bawat segundong humihinga. Pruweba to na ika'y uubra. Ang puso iyong pakinggan. Pangalan mo kanilang tinitilian. Diretso lang ang tingin. Di ka nila kayang ibagin. Magano man o magpagi, di tayo uuwi sa way. Diretso lang.
Huge pass for the goalkeeper, putting himself under pressure. It's the opener. Halike, will he take it? What a goal! Halike! And it's a goal. Bottom left corner. Opportunity for Philippine Army, and it is an equalizer. Fantastic goal. It's free on the right side, looking for the cross. Beto, and it's a goal for Want the Gig. Yoka takes it straight to the goal. First blood drawn. Could easily be pulled back, but here's Aristorenas, no offside. Aristorenas makes it 2.
Mirbach meets that one from Malunzoko. Shoots, and they double the lead.
Yamaguchi! What a hit!
as there's an attacking chance, and the Aguilas slip it in.